Good afternoon! I'm Ryan Mark and this is Marcado Live! Hello there! Sa mga nagtanaaron, pinagi sa Banat News page. Stand by, pahiluna mo, panaw ba ito dito yung mga friends nga nagtanaw with you because today is a very special episode. Kaya dito mga story about mga inspiring story, but our topic karong hapuna is very timely, trending, gistoryahan ng maayo, and I am talking about mental health. Okay, and why laing dapat nato makauban karong hapuna kung dili usa sa mga inila, no? Trending sa as a psychologist, we have with us karong hapuna Dr. Ana Katrina Oaminal-Watin. Doc, good afternoon. Welcome to Marcado.
Good afternoon, Mark. Welcome.
And pag good afternoon sa Doc, karang kuan. Let's start with, asa ka ni graduate of psychology?
I finished my bachelor's degree in psychology and master's at USJR, and then my PhD in clinical psychology at Siliman University.
Lisod na, Doc.
Ang pagskwela?
Kanang psychology yun.
Ang psychology mong good, murag matawag na to bisod because it requires a lot of things. It requires a lot of discipline, ang pagskwela, and then it also requires good communication skills, both written and verbal.
Oh, mga kuan ba, like psychology, mga serious ko ng mga psychologists? Murag mga nerd, murag mga deep UK nga mga personality ba?
Hindi ba tingali ko ba kita ka sa mga psychologists? They're just like any one of us, but we're really just more focused into mental health, pag-study sa behavior. Kay mingon kitag psychology, Mark, pasabot ana niya, ang goal niya is to describe a behavior. Mo kita siya, understand a behavior, control behavior. Mo gid na ang main essence gid siya of psychology.
Kuan, kinahanglan jud na imuhang kuan dito kay Dr. Ana Katrina Oaminal-Watin, registered psychologist. Nasa mga unregistered?
Yes, because just like in any other professional or courses, kung board courses gani, some are registered, some are not. So pwede nga mo graduate ka o masters in psychology, and then pwede ka wala ni take home board exam. So in the Philippines, we already have the Republic Act nato ni siya sa professionalizing the field of psychology. So when you're a graduate of bachelor's in psychology, what you can do is you take the psychometrician board exam. Now, the psychometrician is the one that gives psychological testing. Kaya makita nato no, like, ang guidance also is another profession. Kinanglan nato klaruhon unsa gini nga mga profession. A guidance counselor, when we say RGC, is a registered guidance counselor. To be one, in order to take the exam, you have to have a master's in guidance and counseling. So, una, makatake sa board exam. Ang psychometrician is a bachelor's degree in psychology, and you take the psychometrician board exam. A psychologist is at least a minimum requirement to take the board exam is a master's in psychology.
But ikaw, aside from your master's, nasa kay doctorate degree
yes, I have
in clinical psychology.
Yes, I have a doctorate in clinical psychology, and I am licensed with both psychometrician and then also a psychologist.
Let's talk about Cebu. How kuan ang mga tao, how open, how kanang mo kuan ang psychologist mo seek of.
For now, we have to also understand, recognize the fact that we actually have a limited access to professionals, for mental health professionals. For psychologists, we have around, for 2000, I think this was the census in 2014, we've only had around less than 1,100 registered psychologists in the entire country. Because this is a new...
Less than 100?
Yeah, less than 1,100. And then, ang iyang population kasagaran, natawag din sa ubang places like National Capital Region. So, umingon tag Visayas, sa Cebu, ang so far na may mga registered psychologists, but the people that I know of who are actively in practice could probably be 10 or less than 10. So,
kay kami kag psychology doc ba, murag ang kuan na, dapat kung mag-psychology ko, nakoy problem, it's more on mental problem.
Ang psychology manggod is a very diverse field. Naatay lain-lain na fields in psychology. Like we have industrial and organizational psychology. So there are also psychologists whose focus is into organizational development. Kining paghatag na itong mga training, unsaon nato ang employees mas mo better pa sa ilang performance. So muni makita nato ban HR, ban IO. We have developmental psychology, na atay counseling psychology. We daghan siya kay field in clinical. My field is clinical psychology. So from the word clinic, we look into assessment of the person as well as the treatment plan of the person.
Mental health problem. What's not you siya to?
When we say mental health, it's actually more focused into a person coping with the normal stresses of life. So what are the normal stresses of life? Yung kita coping with normal stresses, it can be bisan pag nakaibayranan sa kuryente, nakaibayranan sa suga, imong bayranan sa mga tuition sa mga anak, okay pa ka, padayon lang gihapon. So these are normal stresses like traffic. Bayranan, ay mangaway nimo, ay mambuli. So
love life, ibuwagan ka.
Pwede kay depende sa siya kung sa circumstances, no? Kay kini man kung gitawag natong normal stresses in life can be very subjective also. What is tingali tan-awon lang nato on the degree or severity of the stresses. So kung kanang mabuhat nato atong mga obligations sa kinabuhi, like we have different roles. At home, we have roles at home, we have roles sa ato ang trabaho in the community. So, muna siya ipatawag nga mental health. Now, if ever ang usa ka tawo dili na niya ma-cope, dili na niya makaya ang stresses sa kinabuhi, then there can be problems na on mental health.
Because mental health, mental na yun siya ang cover na anak.
Ang mental health man good is just like kung panalitan na yung mga questions bitaw, magmutana sila. Asa man ang maguna, ang physical health or mental health, then mental health you would have physical health. So kung nakay problema ba sa physical nimo, mo affect ba sa mental, or kung nakay problema sa mental, mo affect ba siya sa physical. Now it's just like asking the question, which comes first, the chicken or the egg? Because they both play these certain roles. Kung panalitan ikaw as a person na akay problema sa imuhang mental health, then it will affect also your physical health. Example, na ay manifestations na naa sa physical nato. Like in the case of depression, pwede siya oversleeping, pwede siya dili ganahan matulog, di siya katulog. Affected ang iyang appetite, ang iyang body, grabe kakapoy, masi unsaon niyang katulog. Ang tao, on the other hand, kung naa siya physical problem, pwede siya ma-affected iyang psychological health because of the worries na grabe kaayo.
Since you mentioned depression, no? What is depression, Jude? Kano sa aman ka makalimang depressed ang tao? Because people are saying na naiubang mga tao, di ba, na kung ng depression, kauihan, na inuki raman na. It does not exist actually, but from a psychologist's point of view, what is depression? When you say, this person is depressed?
Muna atong klaro muna ang terminology because people loosely use the word
depression. I'm depressed.
Naalay na hitabo karon daw, I'm depressed. O, di ba na? So, mingon ganitang depression, it usually lasts for at least 2 weeks. Naabot na siya at least 2 weeks. Yeah, ang first question should na mo sa depression to determine is, have you been feeling sad and blue in at least 2 weeks? Kung mingon di siya, yes, padayon ka sa uban na to nga.
Dapat successive na siya. For 2 weeks, sad yun ka?
Oo, dili na siya kay 1 day lang, kay na-miss ni mo imong appointment niya. Mingon din kang depressed, so ugma wala na. So it has to be at least 2 weeks. So daghan ta nga makit-an nga mga symptoms. And I know that when you look into the internet o mga books sa psychology, murag research siya sabton. Now let's try to make it simple.
Yes,
Number one, usually makibaw-an nato nga na depression is when the person loses the sparkle in the eyes. Di ba? Mingon ang tarayan man nga, the eyes,
the glow.
Window na to sa soul, di ba makita nato sa mga mata. So usually, these are people nga makita nimo, they've lost the sparkle in their eyes. Ikasunod nila, pirmi silang gikapoy. Munang makita nato kung sa trabaho, sige kalit, dili mahuman sa trabaho, they have fighting in getting up or going. Even ang pag-ilis, sometimes ma-affected ang hygiene, ang personal appearance, kaya ikapoy na siya. They usually withdraw from social events and social contacts. Di kayo ganahan mostorya sa mga tao. Kato mga butang before enjoyable sa ilaha, dili na nila na-enjoy na karon. So, kung before, ganahan kay sila mo tanaw o sini, malipay sila ayo, bisan pagpatanaw na nimo, if-free nimo, dili na. Dali rasad ni sila masuko. Anger may flare up even with
Gamay
little
na kayo.
provocations. Gamay. They may cry more than usual. Kapoy kayo ang lawas, hago. So, these are the manifestations of depression. So, kung nanagani ni nato nga makita sa ato family member or sa ato mga friends, as much as possible, you already seek professional help. Now, these are what we've discussed a while ago. Like, where do you go? Of course, you go to naapabantay lain nga kadto daghan kung inani ang imong manotice. Ang uban, you can go to your general practitioner, imong doctor, imong family doctor. You can go there, ask for advice. For some, you can go directly to your psychiatrist. Now, a psychiatrist is a medical doctor. Ang ilang specialized is psychiatry, kato mga problema na to sa pangutok. So, these are medical doctors. So, if ang depression gani, kinahanglan na og medication, because dili ta ng depression rin, kinahanglan og medication. It would have to be under the assessment of a psychiatrist kung kinahanglan og medication. For some, they go to a psychologist. Now, a psychologist can do the assessment at the same time the treatment. The treatment can be counseling and psychotherapy. And even for some, it can be both. Like I see people that they go to a psychiatrist and they also go to me for psychotherapy.
Kanang ikaw, like friend ka, nakita na ka, manifestations, katong giingon na, these are manifestations of depression, but depressed person, but imong ingnon ang kanang person concerned, no, na you have these manifestations, but now may uban daw nga, more in denial ba, no, I'm okay. What would you do?
Mausad ni ang lisod no. Gani mas lisod kung family member nato ang naay depression niya, dili ganahan mo seek og help. Muna nga as much as possible ang tao ato gyud gustoryahon. So good usahay, even if people may not want to listen to your advices. That's why we just have to be there to listen. Not just talk, but listen. Dako kayo ikatabang ang atong pagpaminaw sa atong mga kauban na naay depression. Kung hinahinay gid natong istorya, only when they are able to talk, then later on they will ask for help.
Nasa mga people na depressed na would say na I need space.
Of course, mo gid ka sa gara, isulti mo ni siya ang
I need
picture
space.
nato.
I want to be alone. I don't want to talk.
Muna siya ang picture na to sa depression landmark, like kung family member, mura pag ang kwarto gibutangan og do not disturb. Kasi you always have to be there for family members at no saryahon, ikapangaon, atong agdahon. These are simple things that we can do. We just have to be there. And then kung naagani tayo mga questions na on depression, kinahanglan mangutan na jud ta sa mental health professionals kay bisan pag maingon ta nga gasto pa ang litan ang pag-seek og help ani, mas dako atong problema kung dili ni nato atimanon.
Aside from depression, may other kuan? Kanang maayong ka nga, kani siya mental health problem.
Lain-lain magid ni siya ang mental health no, daghan kay tag mga concerns ani. For some, it can go on different things like depression, pwede siya anxiety.
Yes,
when we say anxiety is more of the feeling of constant worrying. Di ba? Lahi siya ang depression. Ang depression is the feeling of being sad and blue. When we say anxiety, it's more, you're a little bit sad, but it's also more of worry and fear. Di ba? Lahi sad ni siya ang anxiety. Uban gani mag-experience of panic attacks.
Yes.
Kanang grabe na kay di na sila kaginhawa. Muna before pa di moabot nga mo grabe, kinahanglan mo adto na gid ta og mental health professionals.
Let's talk about katong what happened last week katong sa lawyer because anxiety man to yan lingon no na. But then ang mga comments ato na kanang Sharo, what you ka na lang ka text kung where were you in Ana? Was it justifiable? Was it normal na when you have anxiety attack in Ani ang mahitabo na dili na ka ganahan mo text or di na ka maka-text?
Possible magid siya no. I am not privy to what happened to
in general when you have anxiety attack panic.
Pwede siya kay anxiety meaning naglibog na ka unsa gyud ang imong buhaton. You know, ang atong manggong brain kung naa siya stress, maningkamot siya o unsaon niya pag-cope. Now, the problem is that the coping may not be appropriate or the coping may not be may not be good for the person. So naatay maladaptive na coping. So ang uban, pwede siya moadto ka into substance abuse, like alcohol, drug addiction, pwede ka shopping addiction, mangita kag laing paagi nga may paagi nimo nga gi-cope nimo ang problema. So manimudritso ang atong brain og pangita ug unsay iyang paagi. So, pero most na siya atong concern kay dili man tanang coping maayo na coping sa nga maladaptive. Kasi
drinking
na siya excessive drinking. Patag kining love life. May ubang tao nga nabuwagan, kada grabe na ginahugot no, nabuwagan, gibiyaan, gilisan, gibinuangan, and then what they do, even if they're not yet ready, they engage into another relationship, and the same thing happens, and they go again to another relationship, and you begin to question, ngayong yun animan? Because probably it's also just a way of coping. Yung nakay terminology, Ryan Mark, muna itawag to Zelda complex. These are people who engage continually in toxic relationships.
Did I?
How
do you cure that?
How do we cure that? It's really more into treatment bang ang person will realize. That's why what the difference is that when you talk to friends or to people, you're just talking and the person will give the input, the person will give opinion. The difference is that when you go into counseling and psychotherapy, your counselor or your psychotherapist will ask you evaluative questions that will help you evaluate on your own, am I doing the right thing? Is this the right thing for me? Because your psychologist will not tell you, do not do this anymore because it's really on you. We don't dictate your life. You're just there. It's just like driving a car. You're there driving a car, your counselor or your psychotherapist is just there asking you. Example, Mika. Gusto jud ko makapanimaos ko sa tanang mga tao nga nakasana ko. Diba? That's also a way of coping. Akong wag tangon, ang akong kaguol, ang akong kalagot sa yun ani. Now the question, evaluative questions can be, now, if ever makabawas ka aning mga tao nga nakasana nimo, unsa man ay mabuhat para nimo? Unsa may, what will it take for you to do that? What sacrifices will entail for you nga imo nang mabuhat? Is it the right thing to do sa imong tanaw? What is it really that you need? Bigka nga, ganahan ko nga makita nila nga maayo ang akong kinabuhi. Then what for you is maayo nga kinabuhi? What do you need to do para maabot ang maayo nga kinabuhi? Kung magsige kag panimaos, makuha ba nimo ang maayo nga kinabuhi?
The answer shall come from you, Raquel.
Yes, the answer would come from the person. So it's more into asking evaluative questions, and sometimes we go back also to the stresses of the person, to do animal breathing exercises. We talk about the past, though the past, ang past na good siya, has a very big impact on who we are. Parehagod ang atong kasuko, atong kalagot, certain issues. Sometimes it's not just about the now. It's really more into the past. Munang atong tan-aw balik ang atong past dito, and then sometimes we forget our pasts consciously and subconsciously because it's very difficult.
But Zelda complex, I'm curious one. So when you are in a toxic relationship, you have to, when you are in and out of a toxic relationship, you need to seek psychological assistance.
Yes, because it may not be healthy for you psychologically and then physically. Like what about mga tao na gibunog, dili na safe ang ilang kinabuhi when their lives are threatened. So it's no longer healthy. I think if I posted in my FB a while ago, I think this morning, ayun ko nga, when do you stay in a relationship and when do you get out of the relationship? So we have questions like, number one, is it good for you? Is it good for the other person? And is it good for the people around you? Now, if the relationship makes you very sad, it brings out the worst in you, why stay in the relationship? Unless, of course, your theme song is, I'd rather have bad times with you than good times with someone else.
Pero may mga reasoning, Doc, na di ko mubiya, di ko mubuwag because mamatay ko kung mawa siya na ako. Is there a psychological explanation to that? Is that
yes, kaya na may ibang mga tao nga, what they do is that ang ilang kalipay, ilang reason and meaning is from the other people. Gikan sa mga tao, when it should be on the inside. So kinanglan dito dyan sa tao ang iyang kalipay, iyang reason for meaning, dili lang kay gikan sa ubang mga tao.
We have a question, and yes, kung na po may mga questions about mental health and other concerns na pwede matubag ni doctor, pwede sa ninyo i-comment din ha kung ipanguntanan niya. This is from Laini. Icing Enganyo. Can you outgrow anxiety and depression?
Anxiety and depression is just like any other illnesses. And just like any other illnesses, they can be cured. So, pwede din siya treated, pwede din siya ma-treat ang depression. So, there is hope in depression.
Kuan to, kanang suicide or suicidal tendencies. Manifest ba na siya na ba kanang nag-suicide, napatay makita na nila nga, dapat imo na nang nabantayan. Kay mo na jud to siya, mag-suicide na gid to siya. Wala na to nabantayan.
Ang suicidal thoughts is also associated with depression. So naay mga tao ba nga naay depression nga they also think about ending their lives. So dili na nimo makita ang hope, dili na nimo makita ang reason. Muni siya kasagara Ryan Mark, makita nato nga ang tao na depression kani bitaw dili na nimo makita ang meaning sa kinabuhi. There's no more reason for living. Muna imong pangitaan gyud siya paagi unsaon nga ang tao nga naay depression ato gyud matabangan. Even for us psychologists, we also recognize the fact that the person may also be needing medication. That's why we also refer some patients to the psychiatrist for evaluation if medication is needed, because not all may require medication. So pwede na ito tanawon kaya pwede man na siya chemical imbalance.
So kanang ana because it's connected to depression sa mga suicidal thoughts. Mo sa dito lang bantayan yung manifestations, no? Kung dili na normal ang lihok sa person lately,
kinahanglan tan-awon gid siya mintas dili pa moabot sa grabe gid kaayo na mga cases. Gani for the past months na naman gid mi uban mga clients no nga i-refer na namo for nato for isulod na gid sila for inpatient na care kay dili na kaya sa family to take care panaytan na matan-aw nato nga grabe na siya na niyang paghunahuna nga magpakamatay siya. So lisod na kinahanglan na gid siya nga naay magbantay niya for 24 hours. If dili na makaya sa family members kay tiguang na ang mga tao na dili na yung anak healthy, then pwede gyapon ipadala nato sila for treatment. Naman tay mga mental health facility that they can stay there.
Kaning kuan do kaning mga batan-on ba na dali na kay mangluod. Is that also a mental health problem?
Ang kini magumingon tao pang panluod uban lain-lain siya. Nayuban nga paagi nga manipulating. I-manipulate og ayo ang gidikanan para makuha nila ang ilang gusto. Mamakak og ayo nga in the end naglipog na siya asa ang tinuod ug asa ang baka. It becomes a mental health issue. Kung dili na siya in touch with the reality. Pareho din ang neurotic and the psychotic. What's the difference between a neurotic and psychotic? A neurotic is a person who builds castles in the air. To make it easy, di ba?
Okay.
You build castles in the air. And the psychotic lives in the castle. So, kanta, mingon ang tao, Ryan Mark, uyab na ko si Piolo Pascual, mingon siya panalitan. So, neurotic tendency. Namatay siya, nasakit yung tiyan, kaya nanisulti, natangtang siya sa trabaho. Kung wala ra, okay, padaikon. This neurotic tendency. We all have neurotic tendencies. But what if the person would say, I need to resign kay mo ato na kung Piolo Pascual, muundang na po siya eskwela. Paon niya tanan iyang baon, mulad ka siya dito sa Manila, iyang apasan. Then that is already psychotic because you are already living in the castle. So kung nagbalibanay pa lang tag-istorya, mananapat ngayon na siya ginagmay. But kung layo na gayot ta sa kamatuuran, then it becomes a problem already.
Kanang kuan do, may mga moments nga suddenly mag-uulara ka. Like you're bored ba or is that also depression?
Not necessarily. There are just moments that we begin to question ourselves. Is this what we want? Murag na atay mood bitaw nga murag reflective kayo nga reflective kayo ang ato ang mood. Na siya occasions din ana.
Basta murag gito siya mong bantayan ang depression manifestation should be 2 weeks gid siya.
Should be at least 2 weeks. Kay daghan kayo ma-blame bitaw aning mga suicide na one time na mahitabo niya kani dayon siya i-blame. So usually dili ni siya na happen diha lang dayon.
You go back.
You go back na nani siya yung mga tan-awon sad nato. Before nag-eskwela mi, usually mingon ganita og atong mga moods, ang atong mga batasan is more environmental. Diba? You've taken psychology 1. Mingon ganita og what makes up a person is because of your heredity and your environment.
Yes.
Who you are is because of heredity, environment. Ang heredity meaning ang imong kaliwat, imong genes, ang imong environment, and your family, your community, your school, your work. But then, there are already mga literature na sa psychology that have been saying that even our enduring level of happiness is 50% genetic. So, na portion nga genetics ang atong happiness, 40% ang atong choice, ang atong voluntary control. Well, 10% ang atong circumstances. And I think it's true, I agree with this, kay kung tanaw na to, no, ang atong circumstances, muy atong pirmi i-blame sa atong mood. But in the end, if we really think about it, kadaghang mga tao nga sa atong pananaw, in our perception, lisod na gilang kahintang. Sa atong pananaw, bati ang ilang mga relationship. Pero sa ilaha, okay naman sila.
Yes.
So it's not really on circumstances. May mga tao that they have millions of pesos in the bank, but they can be very insecure about the future and about life. And there are people nga malipay na nga naay ipalit og sudan ini kaugma.
Insecurity, is that also, mental health issue?
It becomes a mental health issue when you already deviate from reality. Na yung bang mga tao, grabe ka insecure sa kinabuhi nga, ilang pangitanong paagi nga, mo project silang personality that they are secure. And sometimes what they do is that they create fantasies and sometimes they can't get out of the fantasy.
Nadagan sa Facebook.
Like example, in Facebook, magtanaw ta sa Facebook, no? May mga tao nga, happy gid kayo ang projection sa Facebook. But it's just because they wanted to, for people bitaw to say that they're okay, even if they're not. They just wanted to create this world, a fantasy that they can control. Mubito na ka ng gadget addiction. The gadget addiction or internet addiction, ka ng mga social network sites na na-addict ka dito. It's not just because na-addict ka dito, but it's really more into, in your real world, you've lost control of the real world. So what you do is that you come up with this fantasy world, like this Facebook that you have control. Pwede niyo i-control ang how other people see you by posting pictures that they like. I-filter niyo mo tanan, gitagaan ka buwak sa imong bana, grabe ka buutan imong mga anak. So, although I'm not saying also hanga ang nagpost na dinitino. There are also people that when they post this in Facebook, they're just sharing their happiness to people, and that's really fine. We all share in the happiness of people. But there are people na dili tinuod ang i-post, and it makes them have this sense of fulfillment tingali nga murag dindot karon ang tan-aw sa mga tao because it's something that they can control.
That's something to be worried about.
That's something to be worried about. Like for example, kining mga batanon nga ang grabe kaayo ang kining gitawag nga word ng hotcut. Grabe kaayo ang pagkuha sa mga butang nga dili nila kaya unta pa nga makuha at this time. Masuko sila kaayo sa ilang ginikanan nga dili palitan. Murag nakalimot nga ilang ginikanan bisan pag unsaon pagkuha sa tanang kwarta di gihapon na maabot. That's already a problem because you already deviate from the reality as a person. Conscious unta ta kung unsay naa na.
And also kanang mga manungo sa Facebook do. Kanang mga kanang natural ra ka yung manungo on their posts. That's also a manifestation of something.
It can also be a manifestation of wala, I don't care. The attitude of I don't care about you. And this is the projection that I want to put on Facebook. Kini magong Facebook nato is creating another world and another spectrum. Kung mingon magutaog ang tao, if this is the person, na siya home, na siya school, na siya work, na siya community, yung country, we have another world, our digital world. Nga ang digital world, pwede nimo makontrol unsa ang world nga imo ang gusto, how do people see you. So in essence, being a tao person, who am I? Ikaw as a person, how do you see yourself? But how do other people see you? But the next question is, how would you want people to see you? amidst all of these social network sites, mga reputation na to, pila ka followers sa imong gusto, pila ka likes. Some people, murag, ang ilang kalipay na sa pila ka likes mo sa reaction. Atong tanawon nga, ikaw as a person, what is it really that you want in life? Are you getting what you want in life? Daghang mga tao nga, maabot na lang ka on a particular age and you get sad because kapaspas na nidagan sa kinabuhi. Wa man din ako naabot ang ako ang gusto. Muna may importante siya kayo that every day, we're conscious of what's happening in our life. Kaya bitong edad, mingon nga, kalimtan na to ang edad. Dili ba yung angay kalimtan ng edad? You should always remember your age. Because
yeah, explain ang mga tao. Age is just a number. That's not normal.
Age is a number, but then you also have to consider the reality. Ang reality in life is that we are born young. Kung hatagan pa tagtaas ang kinabuhi, maabot yun ang panahon, kita matiguang. No matter how we say that age is but a number, maabot yun ang tan nga manakit ang imuhang tuhod. Muhinay ang imuhang.
Yes.
So, ang pasabot ba ng it's okay to say that age is but a number. Because at, di ba, 40s is a new 20.
Yes.
Lingaw-lingaw, daghan kayong lingaw sa kinabuhi and you feel young. But it's just that even when you feel young, you also have to take into consideration the fact that there are certain advantages that you have at your age now of which you will not enjoy in the years to come. Kanang paspas kay pamusa kag hagdanan, kanang daghan kayang atong madagan sa oval in later years, it may not be the same because it's the reality in life. The reality in life example is number one, ikatao nimo, you are a child of your parents. Then you become parents to your children. Maabot ang panahon, you parent your parents. Ang imo na sang parents, hinay og liog, imo na sang atimanon, ikay mo atiman. And then maabot na sa ng panahon, you become children of your own children. And it's just a cycle.
Speaking of children, Dok, may mga bata na magdalig dako, magdalig ka daga, magdalig ka ulitaw, na bata pa, supposedly, morning mo dapat buhaton, but they tend to, like, sa imong appearance, sa imong ipang sulog. Is that, normal?
Muna siya gitawag na to, Ryan Marco, on the expression that I'm dancing as fast as I can.
Yes.
Di ba? May yung tag musayaw ta, ato mang paminawon ang music. Kanang nagdali ta pirmi sa atong edad, muna pare-parehas expression nga I'm dancing as fast as I can. Wala na ka sa tempo, wala na ka sa rhythm. Ang tao, muna siya hagdanan. In every age that we have, natay developmental stages. Example, at the age of less than 1, dili pa takakutaw sa itong gatas. Karon tingay, pwede na takakutaw. Atong tubig, butangan na itong honey, cinnamon, lemon, di ba?
Ikaw na.
Diba? Ako
Okay.
na. Pero, pag bata na to, we rely on our environment and our family to provide for us. Pwede na ta wala obligation na naman. Pwede ang ato na yung need is muhila para people will know nga kinang gigutom na ka or basa ang imuhang lampin. Ig-abot din mo mga 2 to 3 years old, the first developmental task that you have would be toilet training. Na makabaw na ka mo gamit sa toilet. Hangtod magkaanam, nakabaw na ka musturya, kabaw na ka maglato, kabaw na ka magtrabaho ginagmay. Nasa developmental stages, so dili na to ang may paspason.
Yeah, so should parents be worried about that? Na, ang sumla kung anak ko, magdali man siya ganan, siya madaga na, and all.
Yes. Parents would have to think of that because ang development, atong tanawon, children should enjoy how it is to be children. Kung ang 7 years old, 8 years old, 9 years old, wala na to napa-experience sa how it is to be a child, mag-unsa man siya inigdako niya kasi mubalik siya sa iyang pagkabata kay unresolved issue niya. It's always good nga in life atong i-follow ang the natural stages of development nga bata pa ka. First anang bata, pasulubo ni mong taas kayo nga heels. Aside nga dili pa kay angay sa bata, sakit sa tingin na sa bagpak sa bata, no? So dili pa kaayo angay ka na mag-make up ang bata. So dili pa kaayo kay angay bata gid siya. Dili nato padalingon og dalaga ang bata.
Like ako makadulog ko sa mga silingan, mga bata pa 10 years old, 9 years old, yun nga. Bata pa man ka, and would answer back mo na dili naman ko bata, dako naman ko. Unsa dapat ang treatment sa parents sa mga bata ngayon in general?
Ang parents man gid siya is mo gini ang pinakalisod nga role sa kinabuhi. tingali bisan pag-unsa pang masters or PhD ang imong take murag
Yes.
murag lisod jud
Ang parenting.
lisod jud mahimong ginikanan. That's why, you know, Ryan, I don't really give seminars and I am the speaker and entitled good parenting and all, how to become effective parents, because number one, I'm not a parent. And even if I'm one, I would not claim to be an expert in parenting. Kaya murag mo gini ang pinakalisod. Ang role big siya sa ginikanan ng kinahanglan buhaton is naapirmi sa iyang anak, iyang paminawon, know about the lives of your children. Kinsa iyang puyog, kumusta siya sa eskwelahan, pero dili kay ka malayo sa imong anak. Kay wala mang gutay pa di kasulti nga, kini mo ning buhaton sa usa ka parent, kini mo ning buhaton. Because no two people are exactly alike. Ang ginikanan, sila gid ang nakaila sa ilang anak.
This is from Lindbergh. Francis Tablo. Watching. Best mentor, boss, teacher, advisor, sponsor ever.
Hi, Lynn! He was my intern.
Nagtanaw. Kanang ko ano? Kanang bipolar. Lahit sa na siya.
Ang bipolar from the word bi, meaning duha. Duha. Murag poles ba? Dili siya dinhi. So, grabe ang iyahang kalahian. Pwede siya manic, meaning in a state of mania, hyper kaayo, grabe kaayong energy, or ang episode niya is the depressive mood. Mura grabe gid siya kaluya, grabe siya ka-blue, grabe siya ka-depressed. That's why muna siya turn na to nga bipolar.
That's also a mental problem.
Yes, that's a mental problem, and it's very difficult to live with. It's very challenging to live with a person nga bipolar.
Like, kaning sudden outburst. Like what happened to Chris Aquino last Sunday, no? Trending. Kaya na siya mga comments against the misses of Mar Rojas. And then the comments there, bipolar maguda siya. Like in Ana.
It's sad that a lot of people will give in comments such as this, no, nga murag diagnosis, assessment dayon. So dili kayo na siya angay, because even for us in our field, by just watching the clips and by just watching these people, we don't really want to give our diagnosis kung bipolar ba na, because kinanglan mo gina mo suryaman ng tarong. Pareha na sila siya sa medical doctor. Ikaw ka nasad ni testing. We give you testing to determine if naba kay personality disorder o sa imong mga concerns. Kato siya could probably be an outburst of a person that was hurt. Now, if for you, if for some people nga imong tan-aw nga kagamay ra ato, inato kadayon ang severity sa iyang outburst, you have to remember that what is important to you may not be important to the other, and what may not be important to you may be a very big issue on the person. So, kung pananitan kini siyang person, iya gining issue ang pag-protect ug ayos sa iyang mga anak o sa iyang kaugalingon, then yun ato sad ang severity sa iyang buhaton. So to each his own.
Kuan, so, but is it or was it a manifestation of depression?
Not necessarily.
Pwede
ka a person nga wala kay psychological disturbance, pwede gihapon nga yun ato ang imuhang
normal
expression.
Outburst of a mother was hurt.
Yeah, pwede
according to her.
According to her is outburst of a mother. So pwede kay kanang iyaha yung kung ano nang iyahang when it's on a particular issue.
So what do you do na para to avoid kani siyang depression, mental health problems? Unsa man dapat buhaton nato usag-usag?
Mayon ganito, how do we take care of it? We usually call it well-being.
Well-being.
How do we achieve well-being? Now, in a theory of Martin Seligman, in positive psychology, nagitawag nga 5. Kaya ang happiness man daw, Ryan, Mark, which also we agree, dili man nato mahatag kung kanang number, wala yung numeric value. So, even if I want to be happy today, but we can never be happy each day. Murabag, ang happiness is a very difficult word. We can be energized, we can be inspired. So, pasabot siya, number 1 is positive emotions. Nga, as much as possible in our life, we strive na mas daghan ang atong positive emotions kaysa negative. Example, kung ikaw number 1 na hitabo ni mo nga 1 nga bati, ilisan ni mo og 3. According to this theory, panay kasabaan ka or giaway ka, ilisa ni mong tulo. So, not necessarily happy things, kaya mo naglisod ba siya ng happy. Example, when you have a massage, it makes you energized, and that's 1. you have a cup of coffee or tea,
Ice cream.
or bisayo meron ka, or ice cream, na little things that would give you positive emotion. So, inigmata na to, we are not necessarily happy when we wake up. We're not necessarily joyful
Mo, di ba yung kaana? Inigmata ni mo, di ba?
When you wake up ni mo, it's always in the thinking of, what can I do today? What can I do for myself? Sometimes we think about people and we think about the world, but you know, it may sound very selfish, but we always have to ask ourselves, what do I want? When I get what I want, what do I really get? Kung may akong buhaton nga malingaw ko ng adlaw, kung ikaw gani person nga nalingaw kasi mong kinabuhi, pwede na ka-happy with others. So you cannot give what is it that you do not have. Di ka pwede mo understand sa imong bana, sa imong silingan, sa imong kauban, kung ikaw kasabot sa imong kagalingon. So you always start from within. So positive emotions. Every day, you always ask yourself, what will I do so that I will be able to evoke positive emotions in me? The next is engagement. So what is engagement? It can be the flow. What is it that you do that gives you the flow? Engagement, murag malipay kay ka, murag lost in the world. It can be dancing, it can be FB kung nalipay lang ka, it can be cooking. Kung sa may hobby ni mo nga malipay ka, it can be advocacy. Then the next one is relationships. Relationships are very important. When people come to me for therapy or counseling, it's always because of a relationship. A problematic relationship or the absence of a relationship. So always fix your relationship. So always ask yourself, what are my most significant relationships? Kung unsa imo most significant relationships, these are the relationships that you give your time to. Mingon ang tao, nagtrabaho ko kay para sa akong pamilya. Pila man ay imong oras gihatag dito sa imong pamilya. So relationships nimo. The next is meaning. Iba naman tayo mga painumduman ng kanino ka gumigising. What is the meaning of your life? Para unsa man, may kita mo answer ani pag-elementary. Remember those days? Di ba we answer like katang formal theme, sino ako, who am I? Ikaw, unsa today ang meaning sa imo life? So katong mga naminaw na kakaran, I challenge you to answer these questions. What do you want? When you get what you want, what do you really get? What are you doing to get what you want? Is it enough? What else can you do? Are there other people who can help you? So pangutanon gyud nimo imuhang kaugalingon, meaning para unsa man gyud ang imong kinabuhi. We always start with stories in any psychotherapy. We always ask you, what is your story? Unsa jud ang imong storya? Pangutanon like, if your life is a movie, Ryan Mark, what would be its title? Kung ang imong movie karon nagsalida din ha, kung batan mo ni siya ang salida, unsa kay music, no? Kisa may naa nga characters din ha. Unsa imong role? Are you the victim, the persecutor, or the rescuer? Would you want to shift roles? Ang salida gani sa TV, may undang-undang, di ba? Pare-pare ang teleserye, but they can always change the script, they can always change the story. Ikaw, if that is your story now, what was your story before? What was the beginning story? What was Ryan Mark like when you were still a child? Were you the favorite child? Were you your father's favorite?
You always go
Were
back.
you your mother's favorite? If not, unsa man. You always go back to the beginning story. And then what is the story now? And then most importantly, you ask yourself, if this is my story now, and that was my story before, how would you want your story to be? Unsa may gusto nimo mahitabo sa istorya sa imong kinabuhi? Kinsa man nga mga tawo nga imong ipuno sa imong life story, kinsa imong ang wagtangon? Unsa mga theme ang imong ganahan? Ganahan ba ka padayon nga drama ang imong istorya, adventure, or ganahan ka nga romantic comedy na saan? So meaning in life, then the next is achievement. You take a look at your accomplishments, unsa imong na-accomplish. Dili kinahanglan nga atong accomplishments ngilngig kayo, no? You know, it's already an accomplishment to our viewers. Kanang imong mga anak nga ganahan mo ulit sa inyong balay, that's already a very big accomplishment. Kanang maingon imong anak mo, message niyo yung ama, kaulion na kayo ko, then give yourself a pat on the back. That's already a very big achievement.
Because that's a manifestation.
Because it's a manifestation that you have done something good in your life. When your parents tell you nga buutan kay kang anak, then that's already an achievement. We don't think of achievement just like medals or awards because ang giingon bitaw Ryan Mark in life, ang kinahanglan sa kinabuhi is that justice demands that the very best of our character is shown at home. Bisan pag-unsa kang ngingig ang tanaw sa mga tao nimo sa imong trabaho, sa imong eskwelahan, sa imong community, mas importante gyud kaayo kung unsay tanaw sa mga tao na naa sa imong panimalay. Because this is what justice demands.
Kaya namin yung tana, ang importante is kahibaw akong family.
Yes.
Ang importante is unsay reaction sa akong family and it does not matter kung unsay sulti sa mga tao.
Yes.
Outside your home.
Because that's what justice demands. But justice also demands that we are kind to people outside. But it becomes a very off thing. Nga buutan kay ka sa gawas, hindi kay ka sa
Yes.
sa imong kaugaling mong panimalay.
Sukol ka dito.
Dili dai ka maayo sa dili ka kain sa imong ginikanan, sa imong spouse.
How would you reconcile that? Ganun na. Buutan kay ka with your friends, ana, no? Expressive kay ka to your friends. Pero yung abot sa balay kay wala ra ka dito. Say, sukol pa ka. Manunglo pa kasi ng mga
depende kung unsay motivation. Is the motivation ganahan lang ka nga daghan kag fans club, nga daghan ganahan nimo, nga daghan maayo ang perception sa mga tao nimo, or basically lang yun wala kay love or affection sa imong family members. Munang ato gyud ang katunon nga at a very early age tudloan nato ang bata nga sa bata pa siya ganahan siya sa iyang family.
Okay, so happiness, engagement, achievement,
Yes,
and then
meaning
and
and positive relations, positive emotions, engagement, relationships, meaning, and achievement.
so mo-work yun na, may ka positive thinking. Dapat positive thinking lang ka when you have a problem. All your thoughts should be positive.
Ang pasabot siya sa positive psychology that even if we say positive psychology, we are just hopeful. We're trying to see the good things in life and the good things in people, but it does not also mean nga dili nimo makita unsay bati, di ba? Kay di man sad ta pwede mingon nga positive thinking mo nag digid maabot ang bill na kuros kuryente, digid maabot ang bill. This is the show but it can be positive thinking. Yes, naabot akong bill, naabot ang ako ang bill, maningkamot ko para mabayaran ni nako. So magtrabaho ko makit-andre ni nako. But mingon kag positive thinking nga murag mawagtang gyud may erase gyud mga bills dili gyud siya.
Kana maingon sila ba like when you have a breakup and then people would tell you na you look up to the brighter side.
No, in breakup, release yun ang maingon tag brighter side. Kasi pag-utan, tanaw sa brighter side ko when you're heartbroken. So, ang kini bitaw siya gitana na to ang atong gibati tanan rin. Mark, mura bitaw siya car. Di ba there are 4 wheels in a car? Kung ingon nimo ang tao nga gibuwagan, gibiyaan, ingon nimo ayaw nagagul, di yun na niya mahimo. Yung kasi katawa na girl, madama mo nagkatawa nga gul kay ka gibiyaan ka. So what we do in counseling is that mura siya car ba? Ang upat kaligid, ang luyong kaligid mo na siya gitawag na to physiology o feeling. Physiology gikapoy siya, di siya ganahan, di siya katulog og taro. Ang feeling niya guol kay siya, grabe nga kaguol, grabe nga kasuko. Ang iyang thinking, ang moto siya ang front wheels, ang thinking niya wala na ilain para nako. And then iyang action, di siya matrabaho, di na siya maligo, di na siya malakaw. Now you ask this person, what do you want? You want to move on. So if you want to move on, if you continue feeling what you're feeling, will you get what you want? If you continue thinking what you're thinking, so you challenge the thoughts instead of challenging the feelings. Do not challenge the feeling nga dili man kaangay masuko, di man kaangay magul, magul ka, gul kay siya kay gibuwagan siya. You challenge the thoughts. Challenge the thoughts. Example, you love and get hurt, you get hurt and learn, you learn and love again. Na mas maayo tingay, di ba ka na mas maayo nga nakita na ni mudaan nga unsay ang problema. So you challenge the thoughts and you change the actions. And then the feelings and the physiology will follow.
So no gyud lagi na yun ka sa person ba na nasakitan nga everything will be okay.
Kanya mingon ta nga everything will
comfort,
be
when you comfort,
mo ginato isulti ko para madali.
Okay, ay kaguol o
mo ginato isulti kay kita mga Pilipino wa mo kita klaro mingon tag pag kumusta nya mo tubag sige bye. expected jud ka nga motubag na okay, it's okay, everything will be alright. Kadang everything will be alright, lisod jud kayo na nga line, no? Unsa man imong jud unungan ang tao nga naa ka na. So, what you can do is really listen. Just like when you condole na inamatyan, lisod kay maingon ta nga, ay na lang na nato siya sa langit. Though I will always believe in those things. It may not be the appropriate things to say.
You just have to listen.
You just have to be listened and be there for the person and do not challenge the emotions of the person. But you can challenge the thoughts and the actions of the person.
Like, what do you want? I mean siya, move on ako, and then ang manifestation kay this person is not moving on at
example,
all.
mag-stalk ka sa imong ex. Sa pagpadayon nimo pag-stalk sa imong ex, pagtanaw sa Facebook sa imong ex o sa bag-o nga uyab sa imong ex, unsa man ay nabuhat anak kanimo? Are you getting what you want? Na you will have to move on, maka-move on ka, na magsige kang tanawan na. So what else can you do?
I don't know.
So those are examples. That's why you sit down in a counseling and therapy room para ma-challenge ang imong thoughts.
Ay kani, kay nanangutanan ako daw. Gawas naman gud ang results sa bar exams no ika Thursday pohon, and then nanangutanan ako nga. What would you tell a person simba ko mahagbong siya sa bar exam? How would you comfort a person nga mahagbong sa bar exam?
You know, murag ka na bito mingon nga comfort no, murag mingon ka nga it's okay, but for the person nga nahagbong kung kita ang naam, dili man siya ginana okay.
Oh my God, it's easy for you to say kay di man ikaw ang natungdan, di ba?
But you can just be there for the person and not say anything. You can buy the person a cup of coffee, imo ba ron siyang dalan, imo ba ron siyang kuyugan, and that's it. Just talk with the person. Daghan na kita feeling nga mo atong isulti nga sometimes it adds insult bitaw nga dili day maayo ang atong isulti. You listen what you have to say. Kung ikay ingnan ana, yun ana, unsa man ang imuhang batian, you just have to be there for the person.
In cases like that, like break up, nag-uul ka, or you failed, you just have to be there.
Yeah. Kung atong mga friends or family member, mahitabuan na, we just have to be there. We have to listen, not just talk, unless they ask for our opinion. As we've discussed a while ago, the world is already full of opinions. Facebook is already full of opinions. So for our friends and family members, we just try to be there. You listen, you sit down. Muna na siyang atong buhaton.
You just wait for the person na siya na mo reach out to you.
Unless tingay nga, grabe na gid kayo nga kinanglan ikaw na gimingan, would you consider seeing a doctor? Would you consider doing this? But not necessarily nga may ka nga kinanglan na gid ka maato. Diba?
Ganito, final question. Normal na siya. Okay, we always, ang ato i-discuss ganyan na, you ask yourself, what do you want? Is it normal to talk to yourself alone?
Yes. We can always talk to ourselves.
Psychological explanation on. It was hapit na ka mabuang, or rin mo tubag mo din ang istorya kasi kung kagaling.
Okay na basta.
Psychology.
Okay na din ang mga tana ta sa itong kagalingon. Humugan na siya itong kinahanglan because sa kalibutan ba, murag nakalimutan na lang tagkinsa ta, kay daghan kay tagipaminaw, murag wagit ta siya silence, murag para nato karon, especially with the generation that we have, silence should not be in our life even for just a second or two. Kinalan po na to, but we have to go back to ourselves and ask ourselves, kinsa man jud ka? Unsa imong gusto? Remember that magkaalam tag katiguang, the most easy questions are the difficult to answer. What's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? Sometimes when you ask parents, they no longer know. Because the favorite food is already the favorite food of their children. Alangan pagtulo ka klase nga sabaw ilang lutuon. So, mawagpang usahay imong identity because you give your life to people. And there's nothing wrong with that. But tingali, it's also worth it to look into sa imong kaugalingon. What is it that you want? Kinsa gyud di ay ko? Gagagmay nga pagtan-aw nato sa itong kaugalingon nga. Kunsa gyud ay ko? Life map ba? Kung mao ni karon ang storya sa akong kinabuhi, mao ni akong storya sa kinabuhi sa una, how would I want my story to be? And what can you do to change your story? Because we only live one life. And we have to do the very best that we can. And if we have the greatest resource in life, it's not beauty, it's not even money, it's not even your career. It's always time. Because time is life's greatest resource. Whether we are rich or poor, we only get 24 hours a day. So
Yes.
you max your time. What else can you do? But time is not just for doing things all the time. As I posted in Facebook a while ago, there's also the time to just do nothing. The art of doing nothing, that you just sit down, wala lang, chill lang. Tanaw lang ka sa dahon, tanaw ka sa nangagi, huwag na itsura sa dahon. Because sometimes you even forget, bitaw na sa itsura sa dahon. Sige ka guna ko nagbayad kurente, bayad tubig, palit pagkaon, tuition, tanawa, mo din itsura sa kong anak mo, mo din itsura sa kong mama, papa. So tanawa, you observe, you sit down, and you take a deep breath, and then you inhale, then you exhale. You inhale love, exhale guilt, inhale love, exhale anger. Inhale love, and exhale despair.
Doc, thank you very much. Grabe, no? Murag nakasabot siya kung dali hinoon. Very good kaayo ang pagka-simplify.
Thank you very much.
Doc,
Thank you for
naka-message
the
yung mga nananaw na to, and then kasabot na silang, na ko manifestation. Where can they find you?
Sa mga listeners na to karon, please take care of the self, not just on the physical self, but also the psychological self. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you.
No,
It's
thank
an
you.
honor to be here. And you know, in our profession, we've always want to share what mental health is to the bigger audience, a big audience, as much as we can. So we have mental health professionals that you can see. My office is located at Ramos. It's in Marijoy Building, formerly Canirag Hotel. It's called Aqua Applied Psychology Center. We have a Facebook page. You can just go there and inquire, or you can go to our clinic.
Yes. Thank you very much, Dr. Katrina. Ana Katrina Oaminal-Watin. It's a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And thank you sa mga nananaw namin nakapunan ha, mental health. Simple na kayo ito pagka-explain, pero don't just bukog. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. See you next Tuesday. Dito lang gihapon sa Markado Live.